Yeah, you know what time it is, baby. It's time to wrap up our camp preview by looking at the other side of the ball. We're looking at defense. All right, who's going to earn that star? All right, we got some young guys in here. We got a couple of moves in the offseason, vets, coaches. We're going to take a look at this camp preview. If you missed the offensive one, go back and check my video on that one. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the defensive side of the ball. Here we go. The biggest offseason move for the other side of the ball on defense is going to be the addition of Dan Quinn. Mike Nolan didn't get it done. Cowboys defenders gave up. They didn't play well, worth the crap. Nobody did. All right. Morale was down. Plays were missed. Tackles were missed. It was a complete, utter disaster. But how much better will the Cowboys defense be under Dan Quinn? I expect this defense to go from the bottom of the league to at least the middle. At least. That is my expectations. And I think with what the Cowboys have done here in free agency and in the draft, we should see a bump. And that should be enough to get us into the playoffs. All right, let's take a look at our first group here. Defensive ends. We're getting our dynamic duo back. Both of them. A full offseason. And, expecting a good year from these guys. Can both of these guys be double-digit sack guys? DeMarcus Lawrence hasn't had double digits in a while. I hope to get him back on track. Randy Gregory should be close to it. And we've also added a few more guys into the mix. Terrell Basham was an off-season addition. I think he'll give you some pop, some good rotation. Cowboys drafted Chauncey Golson. This is my Tyron Crawford replacement. Question will be, who will fill out this bottom of the group? Bradley and I will be in the mix there as well. But you can't sleep on Rondell Carter. He's going to be in the mix as well. The Cowboys, made a move to bring him back to the roster, so let's see what they do there with him. Next group, defensive tackles. Okay, this group has quietly been revamped over the last 2 seasons. All right, and I think we're going to see we're going to reap those rewards. And I think it starts up front here with Neville Gallimore and some of these young guys we got here, new acquisitions as well, like a Brent Urban. I think he's going to be a pivotal piece of this run-stopping defense. All right, he's got a high grade there. Did his thing with the Chicago Bears. I think this is a very underrated addition and will boost that defense. The Cowboys went to the well again. Osa Odigizua from UCLA has that wrestler's background. I think that'll help him with leverage. And getting coached up by Dan Quinn should help him. All right, now the big question mark is going to be Tristan Hill. All right, for me, he's a bubble player. All right, I think the Cowboys are going to keep 4 defensive tackles in this mix. Will he be in it? Will he be in it? He's going to have competition by the rookie Quinton Bohanna. There's no guarantee he'll make it. I know the Cowboys like his size, but late round picks, hard to make the team. We'll see what he does. Carlos Watkins, is he just a camp body, or does he make a serious push to make the roster? All right, next group, linebackers, our favorite discussion of the offseason. What to do with Jalen, what to do with LVE. So Jalen Smith, everybody wants him to return to 2018 form. I think a big thing that's going to help these guys are the front, your defensive tackles. Can they keep these linebackers clean? If they do, I do expect Jalen Smith to have a better season. Okay, but will it be enough to keep him around past this year? I don't know. Same deal for LVE. He gets hurt way too easy. I think he's more injury prone than Sean Lee, and that's not good. If you're not on the field, you're not helping the team. That's LVE's deal. That's why the Cowboys, they bypass that 5th-year option. They'll probably lowball him at the end of the year. So we'll see what they do there. Cowboys added some other people here to churn the linebacker core by adding Keanu Neal into the mix. He bulked up, to take that position on, and I think he's going to do well here for the Cowboys. Dan Quinn, disciple. And then they got the 1st-round pick, Micah Parsons, at the number 12 pick. Expect high. Expectations are high for him. When you're picked this high, you're expected to start day 1. He could have the green dot right out the bat. But they're going to use him in several packages to rush the quarterback. Mike will, you can put him wherever, and he's going to wreak havoc and put pressure on the quarterback as well. I do like that addition at the linebacker. And you also got some young cats in here like Jabril Cox. He'll be in the mix. All right, I think he will see some playing time because injuries do come up during the year, and you do have some fan favorites like Francis Bernard, and you do have some other guys. So Francis Bernard, to make this team, I think he'll need to make it on special teams, which is really what he did last year. Cowboys protected him a couple years here off the practice squad. He'll be in the mix, and there's a couple of undrafted guys that will be in the mix as well. The next group is going to be our cornerbacks. All right, this is a full room, and that's a good problem to have. And you lead off with Trayvon Diggs. I thought he improved each game last season. Not afraid of contact, plays the run really well. Could have had a bunch of interceptions if he didn't drop some, so hopefully he worked on his hands with his brother, Stefon Diggs. I think he did. I know he did. So I'm expecting a good sophomore season from him. Anthony Brown, I think he'll be in the mix, obviously. If you had to start a game today, he's probably your number 2 opposite Trayvon Diggs. He's a placeholder. Okay, let's get that straight. The Cowboys want somebody to beat him out. Now, if he does start, I do expect somebody to eventually take over that spot. But Anthony Brown, he's a vet. You'll keep him around, keep him in the mix. You definitely need depth. You can never have enough cornerbacks. Jordan Lewis.
J-Lou.
All right. I have him start as your slot cornerback, and I think he'll win that with ease. All right. Barring injury, I think he's a very scrappy player, plays the run well. He's got the arm length, so he has the measurables for what the Cowboys like in that regard. And then you have your second round pick, Kelvin Joseph. He'll be in the mix. You know, he's going to have to really show something here in camp. You know what I mean? So he missed some time here and there. Questions about his physical nature as far as being in shape and that sort of thing. Got COVID. So kind of a slow start, but I expect big things from Kelvin Joseph. And then you got Nashawn Wright. I think he did himself really well by having a strong mini camp. Now, can you stack those practices into training camp and into the preseason and so forth? I think that's a good start. Reggie Robinson, we can't forget about him. He'll be in the mix. He had a good mini camp, and you know, he's not going away. You know, 4th round pick, very scrappy out of Tulsa. He'll have some competition as well in you know, special teams. And then CJ Goodwin, that's your special teams ace. You know, it'll be hard to push him off the field. So very deep at cornerback. You know, you've got some undrafted guys and these sorts of guys, but these are the main ones I think that you're really going to look at in a training camp. All right, guys, let's go ahead and close it out by looking at our safeties for the 2021 season. Will Donovan Wilson shine? Okay, I think he will. You know what I mean? I know there were some reports here and there about him, you know, participating in off-season program, but he was there at minicamp. He is a playmaker on the field. I think that's the most important thing. Okay. Let's see what he does in training camp. I think he'll do fine. Preseason, let him be the playmaker that he was last year, and let's rock and roll, okay? But my question is this the weakest defensive unit? You know, you're getting DeMonte Kazee in here, veteran, but, you know, will he in fact be able to hold up? If he goes down, who do you have behind him, all right? So for me, I think that's the biggest question mark. You have depth and that sort of thing. We did see Jaron Kearse do some good things here in minicamp. In place of Donovan Wilson when he was out recovering and that sort of thing from illness or the knee or whatever it was. All right, so I think he'll be in the mix as well, and it's not a bad option, but you probably don't want him to start. Darian Thompson, same thing. You probably don't want him to start. These guys are just okay. You know, they give you some relief here and there for snaps and that sort of thing. But still, I think the Cowboys are still looking for a safety, and they're still looking for that A1 guy. They got Israel Mukuamu. It's going to be an uphill battle for this kid. I'm pulling for him, but how much impact will he ultimately have? All right. All right, guys. So that was my defensive preview for the Cowboys 2021 training camp preview. So defense, a lot to look at. You know, a lot of churning here. The Cowboys threw a lot of draft capital at that side of the ball, right? And they added some really good little pieces here as far as veterans and this sort of thing. They're familiar with Dan Quinn's system, Brett Urban, you know, Keanu Neal, and DeMonte Kazee, just to name a few. But it's going to be good competition across the board. You know, there will be some decent players that will be cut that won't make this team on defense. You want that kind of problem, all right? But I think there's still some more work to be done. You know, we'll see how they look in training camp. We'll see what they do in the preseason. Will there be a trade at some point? You know, it'll be interesting to see if they don't like what they like at any of these position groups, what they'll do. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Continue to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace!